Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at naughtylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. Good morning. Hey, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, Naughty Love Movement. It's your host, Naughty, or Nikki, whatever you prefer. And thank you all for joining me today. It's a happy Tuesday. The sun is shining. It's a nice spring day in New Jersey. How is everybody feeling? I hope all is well with everyone. Today we have a great show. Um, the hip hop girls are still beefing. Yes, yes. We got the city girls, Saucy, Santana, all beefing. Meek Mills whining and crying, talking about his son is confused. Meek, we was trying to forget about it, and you want to bring it all the way back up again. So you want the attention, you got it. Also, I want to pay homage to Nas and DMX, all right, and so much more if we have time. But um woo! Before we get into it, I need you guys to hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Share my content on your different social media platforms and engage with the channel by leaving comments. All these things help the channel to grow. All right. Hitting that like button is a free way to support the channel but also you can donate. Donations are definitely appreciated. We accept cash app, super chat, super stickers. All right, we definitely monetized over here. But YouTube, they make us fight for every penny, every penny. All right, so help your girl out. Support the channel. Also, please subscribe to my backup channel, Naughty Crew Live Podcast. We're growing over there. And I need to start putting content over there. But your girl a one woman show. All right. Your girl is a one woman show. And we just try to make it happen each day. Each day. I appreciate you all joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this intro and we're gonna dive right in to the trending topics. Here we go. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the show. Oh, we got a guest. Hey, Gina. Good afternoon.
Oh, thank you. Good afternoon, Queen. How are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing good. Just on break for work right now, so I was like, nah, I can finally come in on time.
Hey, yay! I love it. Well, first I want to start off. Let's give homage to Nas. Nas, Nas is a class act. I really appreciate his art contribution through music. Oh, let me say what's up to my people. Hey, Carol. Hey, Michelle. Thank y'all for joining me. And it is actually 30 years since Illmatic came out. I was like, oh my God, I gotta share this with my Naughty crew. I love me
That's
some Nas.
that's crazy. I still think it's literally like atrocious that Nas only just won his first Grammy a few years ago. Nas deserves like 5 Grammys for his contributions to rap and hip
He
hop.
absolutely does. I mean, he's one of the only hip hop artists that performed at the Kennedy Center. The Illmatic album with a whole full orchestra behind him, and it sounded great. It's on YouTube. Shout out to Hip Hop DX. But Nas, he returned to Queensbridge Projects ahead of his Illmatic 30th anniversary. As you all know, he's from the projects. He's also a high school dropout. The schools were
Stay in,
so
stay in school, children. Stay in school, children.
stay in school, but the schools were so bad in New York when he was going. His dad gave him and his brother the okay to drop out. I mean, but they had a plan. He's a very rich man. If for those of you who don't know, Nas invested in the Ring doorbell and made a
Yes.
buttload of money.
Yes, oh my gosh, yes. I heard that his investments and oh my gosh, the amount of money that he made back on Ring, it's crazy.
Exactly. And when you have milestones like this in your career, sometimes it's good to just go back to those humble beginnings to remind yourself of where you came from. So I appreciated him for this. And this is some of the comments. Queensbridge finest, true in the game as long as blood blue in my veins. This person said fire. This person said crowns up. I love it. I love the Illmatic album. I could listen to it from beginning to end. I love Represent. What's some other? Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, because you never know when you're gonna go. That's with AZ. He's the one that brought out AZ. Yes, that's right. Everybody hit that like button. Happy anniversary to Nas. It has been 30 years since his Illmatic album dropped. So I love this. Shout out to Hip Hop DX. Any thoughts on this story, Gina?
No, nothing else. I just wonder what Nas thinks of J. Cole right now.
Right? On the tails end of that, the Rough Riders, I love Rough Riders too, okay? They pulled up to DMX gravesite to celebrate his 3rd year anniversary. X is another
Oh,
artist that contributed to hip hop. And that I love to pay homage to. This is when hip hop was good, okay?
oh my gosh, this
Hip
was
Hop
at its
DX for
height.
this.
Oh.
Time it is. Got the whole pack out here, you heard? Here we go. Whole pack outside, you heard? Rest in peace, DMX. We outside, heavy. Talking about motherfuckers still pulling in. Look at this. We got everything outside, everything.
Y'all know Rough Riders roll deep.
No, X. Let's give it to X because he stayed true to himself and to it. He never sold out. He never sold out, man. He kept it real to the casket drop. You know what I'm saying? And you don't get real cats like that, man. That represent to the beginning to the end. He ain't sell out. He wasn't for no money. You couldn't buy him. He wasn't anything. All about love and about family. You know what I'm saying? Loyalty and love. All that. But all ours up, man. Let's put our hands up, man, for all our fallen soldiers, man. You know we lost a lot of our family, man. It's just bigger than just one of us, man. The dog is our bloodline. Moment of silence for everybody, man. That we lost.
Good morning, Gracie. Good morning, G Mom. Good morning, Kim.
Rock Riders! You
Morning, Michelle. Morning, Carol. Sorry, I just saw your message.
already know what time it is.
All right.
Got the whole
So,
pack out here, you heard? Here we go.
rest in heaven, DMX. Okay, one of the greatest that ever did it. Shout out to Nas for 30 years since Illmatic dropped. Full circle moment. Go ahead,
Actually,
Gina.
I'll say I love DMX. Like this is the whole thing. My favorite thing about DMX is that and it's really random. I loved his friendship with Aaliyah. I remember when like I love like oh my god I love their collaboration because you know I actually love Romeo Must Die, like really old film. And I remember when DMX and Aaliyah were in it together, and I just really love their friendship and stuff. So I always love that about him. I'm just what a legend.
He was a legend. I mean, and he was a lot of things, but one thing I liked about DMX, he owned his stuff, okay? He did not try to front for the
Man had 10
cameras.
kids.
Look
No,
at
was
all
it
the kids
14?
he had. Now his son is carrying on his legacy. I think I've seen clips of his son playing music and things like that. So I hope the Rough Riders, when his son gets older, they embrace him just like they did Old Dirty Bastard's son. Wu-Tang, they take him on tour with him. He does all his father's parts. He's like the spitting image of his father. So I hope they continue X's legacy through his offspring, through his children. Let me see what some
I
of the
agree.
comments. Yes, Michelle, I miss DMX. X going to give it to you. Going to give it to you. You know him, Locks, they all work together. That's one thing when I went to the Locks concert. And as they should, they were braggadocious. Like, we one of the only hip hop groups that never broke up, and that is facts. Like, they still together. They still went off and did their own individual records, they solo projects, and they still come back together. I just love the camaraderie between those three gentlemen. I love their business ventures. Like they have a juice bar. Um, Jadakiss, he has the coffee company that he's passing down. That's his legacy. So I just think it's really dope to see like the Rough Riders all still together. Especially in the state of mind of hip hop in the music industry now. So for the fact that they have survived the industry without selling their souls and giving up their virgin whole, in the words of Cat Williams, it's commendable. And it just goes to show not all money is good money. I don't care how thirsty you want your deal. Preserve your art. Do not sell your art to the devil, because that's what was going on back in the day. People were stealing each other's music. That's how Diddy got to the level he is. That's how Jay-Z got to the level he is, okay? Because he did that with Beanie Siegel and all of them. Stole their music.
Facts.
Stole their music. So, let's hope this changes going forward. I mean, it's a Google search away, people. You have to read your contracts, get people to read your contracts for you, to have your best interests at heart so that you're not robbed in the end. And I feel like the artists are getting smarter, because look at Meg. She owns all her distribution. She owns all her publishing. And I really think, seriously, nowadays, you don't even have to be under a major label. You just have to have a good marketing team.
Sexy Red is independent.
See, Sexy Red is independent.
Do you know what I'm going to say? I think it was the Taylor Swift thing. I think it was the Taylor Swift versus Scooter Braun situation that brought a huge light on artists being exploited. You know about the beef between Taylor Swift and Scooter Braun, right?
No, I do not.
Oh,
enlighten us.
It was a huge thing. Oh my gosh, it was a huge thing. So Taylor Swift, when she was like 17, she signed a contract for about 6 albums. She was signed to Justin Bieber and Demi Lovato and Ariana Grande's manager, Scooter Braun. She completed her contract and then she wanted to go to a different label. She tried to buy her masters back, and Scooter, who owns her masters, because Scooter actually bought Taylor's old label, and so then he owned all of her masters, and this is when Taylor got really upset. And so then she tried to buy her masters back from the old label. They said no. So now Scooter bought the company. He owned Taylor's masters. And then he sold Taylor's all of her masters for her first 6 albums. He sold them to a third company. So all of Taylor's work for the past 6 years, all of her most iconic albums, sold away her masters. And so Taylor Swift changed the music industry because Taylor writes most of her own songs. If you write most of your own songs, you have more rights than other writers. You have rights to re-record your album after a certain amount of years. If you don't write your old songs, you have less rights. Because Taylor Swift wrote all of her songs on all of her 6 albums, she said, I'm going to re-record my masters to devalue the old masters. And so then that changed the music industry, and that changed the model, because now Taylor Swift re-recorded her own masters and devalued her old masters, because she recorded it, because she said, listen, if you want to work with me, you can get my license to my own music with my own masters. You see why Ashanti's announced that she's re-recorded her own masters?
And she did admit that on the radio station. That's when she revealed, I think she was at Power 105, and that's when she revealed that Diddy was stealing her voice for J-Lo. And she did say during that interview that in order for her to get her masters back, she would have to re-record.
Yeah, so she did the Taylor Swift route. So Irv Gotti owns Ashanti's old masters and stuff, because Ashanti is the songwriter. After a certain amount of time, she can re-record her masters. It devalues the original masters, because now she's recorded it herself. And so what's it called? So that's what happens. So it's gone to the point that the music industry got really scared, because now Taylor Swift disrupted the whole model because she finessed the system. So now the music industry is trying to rewrite contracts to be like, listen, artists can't re-record their own masters till 25 years afterwards, so that way they have no value. So it was a huge thing that happened. So that kind of put a light into why a lot of artists around 2019 start to go more independent, because they saw through the whole Taylor Swift situation. Kanye went through the same thing as well, about how exploitative these contracts are and how much a lot of artists don't own their own work. So I think that played a huge role, the Taylor Swift feud, into why a lot of artists nowadays want to go independent due to exploitative contracts. And nowadays, labels have had to be a lot more generous in what they give to artists, because it's now become such a big thing that labels aren't as greedy as they used to be, because artists will just go independent now. Especially because
Yeah, and I just think there's no money in it anymore.
There's no money in streaming.
There's no money in streaming. Only time they get money is when they tour, which I think that's why we see an uptick in tours. Missy Elliott just announced a new tour with Ciara and I forget who else.
Busta Rhymes and Timbaland.
Busta Rhymes and Timbaland. I'm here for that tour.
That tour looks amazing. If she comes to the UK, I'm like, damn.
She must be feeling better because Missy Elliott was battling a lot with her health for a lot of years. I forget what she has, whether it's like sarcoidosis or something like that, or thyroid, one or the other. But yeah, I think that's why we see an uptick in a lot of the tours now, because the money's not there in the music anymore due to streaming. So next, I want to move into the City Girls. Okay, they beefing hard, but I knew they was beefing from this interview when they last album flop. Because both of these girls, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. Both of these girls have a reputation of being so nasty.
It's true.
So nasty and rude, okay? But they couldn't even get it together for this Breakfast Club interview. Let's look at this snippet.
I get there. I would definitely get there, but I feel like I could do the music thing for sure.
You're going to be on the show a lot, though.
I don't know.
So they talking about Carisha's new show, Yams, that's coming out on BET. And she's like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be on there.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Look, you see yungmiami said, nah, yeah, I don't think so.
That's all I got.
I get there. I would definitely get there, but I feel like I could do the music thing for sure.
You're going to be on the show a lot, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay, it was trouble in paradise then. All right. I think the situation with her and Diddy really got in the way of the City Girl business. I mean, Diddy has a reputation. You know, at first JT was beefing with Glorilla, right? Then Akbar V, Double Dutch, hopscotch her way in. And it was crazy. We should have seen the writing on the wall. Well, these two girls got into a Twitter beef yesterday, all right? And then also Saucy Santana came along the way, and some nastiness exchanged against these girls, all right? So shout out to It's On Site. It kicked off with yungmiami, and shall I say, are we surprised? I mean, both these women have projects, right, that they need for people to tune into. You got Carisha with her reality show. She kind of fake making music. She got merch for sale. And then you got JT and her solo project. And I wish them both the best. I really, really do. All right. So Carisha, yungmiami, whatever you want to call her, posted, for you to come on here and try to play victim is crazy. Detavia, you've been sneak dissing me for the last couple of days, and I haven't said ish back to you. You made 2 whole songs dissing me, and I still rapped your ish with my chest. Show love. So what's the real problem here? All right. So that's where it started, and it went on from there, Naughty Crew. Let me get my glasses out. You probably see my ring light. But that's okay. I need to see this small writing. Let me see. Then yungmiami, and I don't know if these are in order or not, Naughty Crew, but we want to try to piece it together. Yungmiami says, you weird, but always want to act like I'm a weirdo. You always mad. It's always a problem. All I try to do is push you, tell you, you the ish, and you can rap. You should model, etc. You always mad. You doing your ish as you should. Congratulations, but somehow you still mad. Ciao. And so then she goes on to say, she said, a B trying to kick me while I'm down and play into these narratives is dangerous when I've been nothing but a friend to you. So then JT come back and said, you looking for a way out of your situation, who was the first person who called you when it all started. You're a sad effing case. Child.
This is
That's not how
sad.
two. Yeah,
This
that's
is
not how two friends.
they're like more. The thing is, they're more than friends. They're sisters. The thing is that this one is a bit. It's just sad to me because they've been friends since they were like teenagers. Like I believe they went to school together. Like they've known each other since they were like teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this one is more sad than like other rap girls beefing who just got in the industry.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to Neighborhood Talks. All right, they the one that captured all of this. So Jatavia, this is Young Miami. Jatavia, we just got off the phone and I'm so confused now. We back to the internet.
Jeff Tavia, full name, government.
Mm-hmm. And so then JT comes back and says, if I'm ever mad, I have a reason to be. Behind closed doors, you have done stuff to me that you think I should just get over. You never come to my defense when I would have literally took a bullet for you. And she's right. Because JT, she be online and Carisha, she'll come out and be like, what I missed? I was asleep. She never come to her defense.
Yungmiami is always in the comments of the neighborhood talk, and Jay thinks both of them are like both of them when one of them is getting dragged, they don't actually comment on each other's posts that are like really bad. Like to be fair, when did JT comment when all that stuff was going on with Young Miami recently? JT didn't comment on any of those posts to defend her either.
I just think JT is keeping the same energy for Carisha because she don't never jump in for her. So I guess.
But she does for Saucy Santana though.
Oh, that's a whole, we get into it. So JT goes on to say, when CP popped off, I was there first episode. When someone canceled, I showed up in a red wig. Keep calling me mad like the internet do. But you know me, my heart pump gold. I wish you have the best always. I love how fast you got on here behind Santana. Okay, so let's get to Saucy Santana.
God, I really don't like Saucy Santana.
Saucy Santana is a hot mess. He just be waiting for his name to drop. Okay. So this is Saucy Santana, Material Girl. Let me go all the way back. I don't know how they can keep up with all these tweets and this and that. So Saucy Santana jumps in and says, clock it. Never was no messy punk in the middle. Always champion for both. Okay, so JT mentioned Saucy, and that's why he is jumping in. He said, I was a friend with both. I could never be no MF flunky. I'm a friend, a real loyal one at that. And so then Saucy says, never did nothing ill to you at JT. Somehow I always ended up on the receiving end of the shade from the live when you first got out, which then followed Block Boy JB, whoever that is, calling me a agate. And you sat deal, I guess, snatching mics at Rolling Loud, calling me your favorite op on your B-Day. What I have never done to you besides be a friend. I think it's some jealousy there. You know what they say about friends. All right, so this is where JT mentioned, because Neighborhood Talks cut it off. We did when someone canceled, I show up with a red wig. Keep calling me mad like the internet, but you know me, my heart pump cold. I wish you the best, and I love how fast you got on here behind Santana. So that was JT, and this is why Santana decided to jump in. So Saucy continues and says, bingo, the last sentence is the problem. That's what it always been. How much have I bigged you up? Had your back. been with you through highs and lows, always congratulated, boosted confidence and egos. You know the real. So why it's always shade for me? 1 minute you love me, next minute I'm Carisha friend. JT shady like that. And so then Saucy continues, I'm the problem, I'm the villain. FYI, I was initially asked to be a co-host of Carisha Please. I declined and was a guest host to people I was genuinely friends with, like Lotto, JT, Suki. I don't need to be involved. I got my own motion. And then he says, JT, please, you always throw me in some ish. You unfollowed me, blocked me like I'm the person you got a problem with. Please address your issues head on with any and everybody you don't like. I just think this girl is just nasty.
Do you
Period.
know
I
what?
just
Do you know what I think though? I think when they first came into the industry, JT and Young Miami were really, really tight, and then it changed when JT went to prison. And then in 2019, Young Miami started linking up with Saucy Santana, and I feel like because I used to watch interviews with Young Miami kind of when she first came out, and kind of watching her progress from like 2019, 21. There was a huge switch up in her attitude and in the kind of like the way she presented herself, and you can tell when she linked up with Saucy Santana. So I think for her, I'm theorizing that maybe for JT, it was kind of like this resentment that, you know, you're kind of close with Saucy, and he's probably acting like, oh, I know you so much better than, or, you know, you're acting like, oh, I'm much closer than with Young Naomi, but we've been linked up together since we were like teenagers. Sometimes it happens, you know, when you have a best friend and then you have another best friend that comes in, and then it kind of feels like you're getting iced out. Because I've gone through that situation with my own friendships. So I think I speak from experience. I think maybe she felt iced out.
Exactly. Well, JT went to prison too, so that's
Exactly.
gonna put some space, and so that probably made Saucy and Carisha closer. All right. So JT, she responds to Saucy. She said, it'll be too much for me to tweet. I will like a sit down. Carisha, please. And this time leave Santana home. So she just wants to sit down to hash out their issues. And so Saucy posted how the story ends. We talk, love, moving forward. So it looks like they cleared the air. All right. And I believe Carisha and Young Miami cleared the air. But I just think they did all of this so that they projects.
I don't even think they're friends like that, to be honest. Do you
I
watch
don't think
do you watch Armand Wiggins, Nonny?
no, not that much.
Oh, I do. And the thing is, Armand, he's very incredibly messy, but he knows people in the industry, and he does get his tea correct from time to time. Apparently, from what he said, JT and Naomi for like the past like year and a half or so, they don't actually really hang out like that. Like they go to events separately. They have completely different friendships. Like you notice that JT is aligned with Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj doesn't like Young Naomi. Nicki Minaj is kind of friends with like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. You know, friends with people that Nicki doesn't like. And Nicki's really aligned herself with JT, even though Carisha and JT aren't cool. Young Naomi is called Cardi B, even though JT and Cardi B aren't cool. Like according to Armand, they turn up to different events together. Like they don't actually hang out. Like for example, JT doesn't go to Young Naomi's birthday parties anymore. Like have you noticed that when it's Young Naomi's birthday, you never see JT there anymore?
Yeah, I did notice that. I
And
noticed
it's
that they don't hang out at all.
and apparently behind the scenes they aren't. They really do not hang out like that. Like they have completely different friendship groups. Like JT has her own circle now, so I don't think that they're really friends like that. I think they've been drifting apart for like the past 2 years. So I really do not think like I think there's a love there because they've always been friends, but I do not think that they're friends like that anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. And shout out to Hip Hop DX for this. We already went through this. What Young Miami said. We went through that. And so then JT also said in regards to Carisha saying that she sneaked this in her music, she said, oh wow, you really losing it. If you thought this why not speak to me about it, you came on here and said LOL so people can ask you why you wasn't defending me, attention seeking as usual. And so then Young Miami says no bars and sideways. That's the two songs she say JT is dissing her at. Which songs you was talking about? I just think Carisha and her feel. I think it's a whole bunch of insecurities going on here. All right.
How?
And so JT came back and said, "Girl, the internet told you that which song was about you. The one saying it's City Girl shit, even when it ain't City Girl shit. That was released under City Girls, or the one that say Rod and Solo. But I'm still in a group. Get your phone back from whoever this is, baby. Don't play with me." And so Young Miami says, "For you to come on here and try to play victim is crazy. Tavia, you been sneak dissing me." All right, we heard all of that. JT responds, "I know I come off crazy, but never in my life did no whack ish to this girl. She literally enjoys seeing me being dragged. When people show me love, she goes crazy. Call it hate train. But like I said, we can sit and talk about it. All right." And she said, Itch been sneak dissing me for weeks and I ain't said nothing. Itch mad at me for what? And she said, "Oh, Miss Mama, this your last day playing dumb." All right. So it was a lot of back and forth. Ultimately the girls made up.
I still do not think that they're friends like that. I think they kept it
They
civil.
made up on it. They internet made up.
Then I mean, to be honest, because like judging people, like they do not hang out the scenes. Like if like to be honest, like if you're really paying attention, I knew that they weren't really friends like that anymore. Like they do not hang out. Like they always go to separate events together. They really don't chill together anymore. And plus, if you watch them during that last album rollout that flopped, the energy was so off between them. Like
JT mad like you done mess with this one hit wonder ninja because you was chasing his money that he didn't have and you done messed up our whole group.
Oh, just actually funny. I heard that according to Armand, Diddy wasn't actually very nice to JT. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard Armand said.
Wow. Well, here's the girls making up. I love you more. Actually, love you the most. And Young Miami says, Jatavia, I love you. Whatever. But a whole bunch of stuff leaked out in between time. This whole beef. Young Miami followed up with snippets of her viral snippet single for CFWM with official 410 release, whatever that means.
Makeup is happy. It's a pretty girl challenge. Mama, you pretty.
So she started a pretty girl challenge, and you still look like you got makeup on. So stop it, girl. Oh gosh. And also, where is it at? Someone leaked Young Miami's private page, and it exposed that she is still chilling with the diddler. Mm-hmm.
Is it true? I have not seen that.
She said, meanwhile, they said this is Nate. Meanwhile, Young Miami is allegedly on her Finsta. Still, Finsta is her private account. Still chilling with Diddy after the allegations of drug use, pink cocoa. She labels herself and him to be the new Whitney and Bobby. Yeah.
Are you sure that's Diddy? He looks a bit smaller. Like Diddy's kind of gained a lot of weight.
Look at these two.
I don't like because I'm not gonna lie, Diddy's quite big now. Is that Diddy? You sure that's Diddy? He looks a bit.
Who knows?
If she is, to be honest, I'm actually not surprised at this point. I honestly think yungmiami has no self-respect and she's a pick-me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a pick-me.
And then Nate comes back and says, and say we lying, your homeboy follows the account. Ciao. Saucy says, and I was for sure there for her from the beginning, but y'all will see this in time that I'm not, never was, never will be the problem. Have a nice day. Miami is really going through something. You just responding to strangers on Twitter. You're pathetic.
Okay, I'm sorry, JT. You have a rank attitude. Like I don't like. The thing is, I've been nicer because JT's gotten better in recent years, but JT actually has a rank attitude. I remember when she started beef with Asian Doll in 2020 for absolutely no reason. She's gone into multiple situations where she has literally confronted people for no reason. Like, JT, you have a rank attitude. Yes, you've gotten better, but it's still quite bad. Like, I'm not gonna play dumb with JT and act like you don't have a really horrible attitude.
They both do. They both very thinkadocious. You know, ultimately, I wish you ladies the best. Okay, and I hope y'all get the traction to your projects that because that's all they wanted. That's all they wanted was traction to their projects. That's why they started beefing out loud. Otherwise, they wouldn't have said anything. They both have projects on the table, and people need to pay attention.
Like JT, you just had a song release with Doechii that I thought was quite good. You need to focus on promoting your song with Doechii. Yungmiami, you got your series coming up, and you need to focus on that.
Seriously. Up next, let's get into Meek Mills. Okay, see, Meek, we was trying to forget about the allegations. You gonna bring them up again. You gonna dredge them up again. So you must like being Diddy boyfriend. It's given that you're missing Diddy, the diddler. That's what it's given. Because why come out with this? We have moved on. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. And you know 50 Cent started trolling. So Meek Mills took to Twitter. He said, I don't believe no Diddy story once they lied about me now. Boy, bye. That scene when you was soaking in the pool told it all. The matching outfits told it all. You should have left well enough alone. He said, anybody try to SA me, it will be a bang out on the spot. How y'all don't know that? LOL, because you look soft in the eyes, Meek. That's why. And there was a price to pay for them bailing you out of jails. Let's stop playing, okay? So he goes on to say on the spot, how y'all don't know that? LOL, I don't care, but y'all confusing my son. He's 12 with people saying his dad is gay. It's sick. Now, out here, so F it. LOL. I don't get how these people, I'm sorry about my reading, but this is how these people talk.
Oh god, Meek.
So then Kissy said, damn Wale a full grown ussy. Didn't Puffy dangle him from the balcony? Hashtag no Diddy. These people are nuts.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I do feel bad for Meek to like some extent. Because you know why? Like, I just remember like Meek posted a video of him dancing and everyone was like, oh Meek, you gay, you're not being those Diddy allegations, and I'm just like, I just feel bad for him. It's like every time Meek talks out of his mouth, he just makes it worse for himself.
Exactly. Shoot.
But
can you still hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I'm frozen.
Oh yeah, you are frozen. But I can hear you perfectly fine.
Hold on. Let me go back, guys. Sorry. Technical difficulties. All right, you can see me now.
Yes.
I have to use my other device. Okay. My whole situation. Thank God for multiple devices. Hopefully it'll free up.
Okay, I'll just say something to keep everyone entertained.
Thank you. Appreciate
So,
that.
So what I was saying is that, I was saying about Meek is that, listen, I feel bad for Meek because I was saying that, like, he posted stuff on the shade room of him dancing, and everyone was like roasting him in the comments, like, no Diddy, the Diddy allegations. I'm just like, like, Meek just doesn't realize that, like, when you over explain yourself, it makes you look more worse than you actually are. And sometimes Meek is just not really good at explaining himself. But to be honest, I do feel bad because honestly, I definitely believe that Meek is bisexual because he's just overcompensating. I do believe Meek is bisexual. I do feel bad because, let's be honest, a lot of the black community is very homophobic. So I just don't feel like that he's ever going to come out about his sexuality. So then he just does this weird stuff to cope, to hide about his sexuality. Because we all know that a lot of the black community and hip hop is a very homophobic place. So I do feel bad for Meek to a certain extent. At the same time, Meek really does not help himself with the stuff he says online. He really doesn't help himself.
He just really, and you know what I notice is it's power in the secrecy of your sexuality. And there's a lot of blackmail that goes on in the industry. And even if something happened that was compromising between him and Diddy, how do we know it was willing? You know, Diddy has a history of spiking people's drinks and things like that. So, but I just hope he has the balls to talk about it one day, you know, that experience. But I just feel like he feels like he owes some type of loyalty because they bailed him out and got him out of that situation with that judge.
Yeah, but if we're being honest, now I'm gonna get a bit like woke now, but we do not give black men a safe space to come out about their sexuality. We
We
don't
don't.
we don't give black men a safe space to talk about their sexuality without their masculinity being challenged. And
Hmm.
that's why I wonder why black men are so hyper masculine, because it's like if they do anything that we think is gay, and I hate the word sassy because I think it's really homophobic, but
Hmm.
it's like but it's like if they do anything that's not perceived as hyper masculine, their masculinity is constantly attacked. So you're gonna see people like Meek and Diddy of the extremes about how they just can't be free with themselves. Because the thing is, I don't even care. Like no one cares that Diddy's gay. Well, actually, no, a lot of you don't care that Diddy's gay. But what I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
I mean, I believe that's why Diddy is in all these problems. Had he had walked in his truth a long time ago, I mean, because look, DJ Mr. C, he came out the closet. He got caught with a couple of trannies, you know, and he didn't want to admit it. And finally, he came out and he told Wendy Williams, he was like, I feel so much free. But see, Diddy is addicted to the power dynamic of it all and taking it from people against their will. Allegedly.
mm-hmm.
This is all allegedly. But you're so right. Like, they don't feel safe coming out. I remember the first gay couple on Love and Hip Hop. They caught so much backlash. Like people wouldn't work with them and things like that. And my thing is, what do you care who someone sleeps with? That has nothing to do with the art. Nothing to do with the
Exactly.
art.
I feel like now I think we've given a space for black women. Like I love Debrat, and I'm so happy that Debrat came out as gay and Queen Latifah.
Yep.
But we have not created that same level of comfort for black men, especially in hip hop. We don't even like to like. To be honest, a lot of us, and I think we as black women need to take accountability. We do not like to watch black men do anything that's not hyper masculine. You know.
Well, and I take the conversation here. You know, why if a man decides to be attracted to another man, that has to affect his masculinity or his manhood. Because when it
Preach.
comes down to it, masculinity and femininity, they're not gender specific. Like every last one of us can have masculinity at any point in time. I'm talking towards the women, just like certain men have more femininity towards them. So I just think people need to understand what masculinity is and what femininity is, and it's not a gender.
Exactly. It's like a yin and yang. We all have masculine and feminine energy. Some people just gravitate more towards the masculine side. Some people gravitate more towards the feminine side. But what I'm saying is that I would love to see black men be more comfortable in expressing femininity, which is why I don't engage in making fun of black men when they paint their nails. And I still think you can be a straight black man and paint your nails. Like, I want to see more of that. But I seem to be in the minority because the comment section really disagrees with me every time I say this stuff. So
A lot of men paint their nails. A lot of men paint their nails because they take their daughters to get their nails done. I mean, come on. How many men play like dress up with their daughters, and things like that? Like that doesn't make you less of a man because you're engaging with your daughter.
did you see that rubbish that Boosie posted on what's it called, Hollywood Unlocked, about, oh, if you paint your nails, you know, you thought about being in the dress. It's on Hollywood Unlocked. I don't know how many days this was ago. I know this was in the past week. But Boosie definitely talked about it, like, oh, you wear a dress. You've definitely thought about, like, so if you paint your nails, you've definitely thought about wearing a dress. You thought about being a woman and stuff. I'm just like, oh God.
Oh, and I forgot the one piece I forgot about the City Girls. Plies did chime in, and I appreciate him for doing that. He posted to Twitter. He said, "Bro, wait, they always post them backwards." He said, "If you my day one or something I was involved with personally, I don't care what we felt. I think he meant fallout about. That's between me and you. Anybody ask me about it, I'd rather not answer it before I put them in our business. Our business is our business. And I'm gonna stand on that. Okay. Then he goes on to say, he said, bro, it ain't no way I'm witnessing two iconic females who built something special together publicly bumping heads. It's cool to have differences, but not publicly. I felt the same way when two of my favorite male Florida artists was doing it. We too real for that. Ain't no way. So I appreciate Plies chiming in with some positivity and encourage him to take their business off the internet. Okay, he just telling them to stand on business.
Exactly. He did the right thing.
I think he did the right thing. Wait, I think we coming back, guys. Let me
Now,
see.
go and see. Now, can you tell clients to stop commenting every time Britney Spears posts a picture half naked, and I'll be good.
All right, hold on. I think I could get back in StreamYard. Good morning, or good afternoon, Miss Brenda. We have some technical difficulties here, and I'm just maneuvering between devices, guys. But I think it's letting me back in.
But my thing is that why did Meek not even realize? The thing is, nobody was talking about Meek Mill. This is what I don't understand. Nobody was talking about you.
I agree. That's why I started out saying, like, we didn't ask you for this.
And you know what's interesting? We were so concerned with Meek Mill being gay. Oh, no.
I'm back.
Literally, the thing is, we were so concerned with that lawsuit about Meek Mill possibly being gay that I think we forget that Meek Mill was actually, I'm pretty sure, wasn't he accused of sexual abuse allegedly in the lawsuit?
Who, Meek Mills?
Yes. Like, I feel like we got distracted by him being gay. Possibly. Or bisexual.
Possibly.
Oh, your screen
this
is
thing
frozen
froze
again. Your screen's frozen again.
I know. Let me go out and come back in. I'll be right back.
Okay. But yeah, that's just really like, I don't know, Meek.
I'm back.
Yeah, I can see you now.
Yeah, I had to switch. It started freezing again. I don't know what's up. Where's my picture? My picture's not coming up. It's a black screen. Yeah, so Meek Mills, I don't know why he drudged this all the way up again because we have forgot about it. And if your son is confused, you guys need to go to therapy. Period. You need to go to therapy. Did you hear about Mary J. Blige? Her New Jersey mansion finally sold. It was on the market for 8 years.
8 years, God.
Yes.
How can nobody want to buy her thing? That's crazy to me.
It probably was the market and pricing and things like that. It's a beautiful home. But Mary doesn't have any kids, so it's just like, why does she need this huge home? You know?
Hey, these rich people, they be living in huge mansions that they really don't need. So I don't even put it past the ultra wealthy.
I don't put it past it either. But it finally sold, and I'm happy for her. She probably has like an apartment in New York. She probably has plenty of properties, but that's probably why she was touring, because she still had to maintain. I can only imagine the expenses. I think it was like something like 8 bedrooms.
I don't understand why a lot of these celebrities get excessive houses. Like, did you see that post on the Daily Mail about apparently Diddy's got a $100 million debt because he took out 8 mortgages to pay for all of his homes?
I believe he took out all those mortgages to pay Cassie because he didn't have it in liquid.
But I think I was gonna say if you get the Daily Mail article, I thought it was to pay for all of his homes, like his Miami house, his LA house. I definitely think he had to take out some loans from the bank to pay Cassie. But remember, Cassie also sued the record company as well, and
Mm-hmm.
she sued as an employee. So I'm not exactly sure how the payment went, but I'm definitely sure he took out some loans to pay for that.
Exactly.
Because what I'm saying is that I don't know why these celebrities get all of these houses that they don't need. Unless you're in like the property market and then you're like letting out other properties, I just don't think it's necessary. But these celebrities like to be extravagant, you know.
I believe Diddy acquired all those properties for his alleged freak off parties so they could party in peace. That's what
I
I believe.
I believe that too. It's definitely the freak offs are going on in those places.
Notice the strategic locations of his properties: L.A., Miami, so that he can do his yachting.
Oh my god! And I saw a house tour of his house in New York. That was crazy. Like his house in New York is crazy.
I wonder where his house is in New York.
I don't
If
know
he
if he
still
sold.
has it, because Homeland Security only raided Miami and LA.
I think he may have sold it. I'm not sure if he used to have a penthouse but I believe he used to have a house in New York, and I think he, after a while, tried to sell it because I was watching like celebrity house tours, and I saw like he used to have like a nice place in New York. I could be wrong. If someone in the comments wants to correct me, but I believe he sold it now.
And then it's probably expensive because New York is very, very expensive, and you don't get that much space unless you're like super duper rich.
That's what I'm saying. This is why I don't believe a lot of celebrities about how much money they make.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is in assets. It's not liquids. That's
That's
why
what I'm
you see
saying.
a lot of them having to sell things when they get sued.
That's why I'm like, guys, stop believing people's net worth that you see on Google. That doesn't mean that they have that amount of liquid cash.
It sure doesn't.
So literally, like, you've got assets, you've got liquids, you have shares. Like, mm.
I have time on StreamYard, so I don't know why it's like blocking me. I'm trying to get back in, guys, so I can finish out the show. But yeah, no. Did he? I believe one of the mediums. I believe Governor said it too. Like, the amount of money that you think he has is not really it. He
Also,
uses other, because that's a old trick that rich people do. They use other people's money.
mm. Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they use other people's money. Um, and that's how they maintain their hefty lifestyle.
Because I need to know, like, these celebrities thing is, a person like Diddy, he has a very extravagant lifestyle. Like, it's up to the millions per month that he's spending to maintain a very, very luxurious lifestyle. So when you run that, especially now, because I think his money is gonna start drying up. So I just feel like he's gonna start downsizing a lot of his life, like the lawsuits, the civil lawsuits, him resigning from multiple companies, him and Ciroc not working together anymore. I feel like we're gonna see him start downsizing a lot of his stuff to get liquid cash because he needs liquid cash as much as possible.
I think the goal is to make him go broke. I think he really pissed off someone in the elites, and they're gonna make him go broke because his head got way too big.
To be honest, if I was Diddy and I got away with allegedly shooting a person in the face, got someone else to take the fall, I would feel pretty invincible too after a while.
Look,
Allegedly.
he had an immense amount of power back in the 90s when he got Wendy Williams fired. Okay, so I could only imagine how powerful and that's why people were scared to come forward because of that power.
I just feel like if Jay-Z goes down, I feel like this is gonna be like truly the end of hip hop as we know it. Like if they get Jay-Z, then I think that's it.
I think it's going to be hard to take Jay-Z down because he's a lot smarter in the way he moves and he doesn't talk a lot.
And Jay-Z's
Like
also,
Diddy, he's over the top.
also Jay-Z's also protected by Beyonce as well. Like people actually forget that Beyonce gives Jay-Z a lot of protection.
And even if they do quietly divorce, I feel like they still are going to be together.
I just don't see them ever getting divorced. I feel like because one, like their brand is too tied together. Like that is their brand. Jay and Bay, that is their brand. I just don't see them getting divorced. But I'm just saying, if they get to Jay-Z, that is the end of hip hop. By the way, when is Dr. Dre gonna be sued? Like what?
He's been paying his way out, but they give him a Hollywood walk, a star on the Hollywood walk.
What?
Like they name awards after him, even though he's accused of DV all over the place, knocking people between the washer and the dryers all over the place.
Like just like like Dr. Dre is just like I love how we just open and pretend like Dr. Dre just didn't like beat like the living out of D Barnes. Like like and like I know you don't like to pretend that D Barnes doesn't exist and you guys look at her like a piece of gum on the sidewalk, but damn. Like you guys really look at D Barnes like a piece of gum that just needs to be scraped off the sidewalk.
Look, I just really believe, Gina, that the music industry as we know it is about to all change because they're about to take down the two Seans that's been running everything.
Wait, which other Sean?
Oh, Jay-Z's name is Sean Carter and then Sean
Yeah.
Combs.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about what Jay-Z's first name is. I just like Diddy, I could just see it coming, but Jay-Z, that's the one more interesting. Because thing is, because I was like, do you know what annoyed me? When the R. Kelly documentary came out, why did Jay-Z not get any flack for going on tour with R. Kelly after he was accused of like essaying a minor? Jay-Z went on his best of both worlds tour with him. Why did Jay-Z not get backlash for that in 2019 when the documentary came out?
I know, it was kind of really swept under the rug.
Like that man went on tour with him, released a joint album after he was accused of that stuff with a minor, and Jay-Z got away with it just because R. Kelly was just such an unlikable person and they had their own personal issues because R. Kelly's like an egocentric maniac. Where was Jay-Z's backlash?
I was watching who was I think it was the podcast Too Strong, and they interviewed R. Kelly's cellmate. And R. Kelly said that Jay-Z was trying to unalive him during that tour. Remember he came out and said that, it was a whole bunch of shady stuff going on. Good morning, Deshaun. It was a whole bunch of shady stuff going on in the concert. That's why he abruptly stopped it.
And yeah, and he got pepper sprayed by like one of like Jay-Z's staff, which was really funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I know that Jay-Z that she hates R. Kelly and stuff, but I don't know, man. Jay-Z's been getting away with stuff since the 90s. And I don't know if that stuff with Foxy Brown actually happened. I know she's denied it, but I'm just like, did you do that stuff with Foxy Brown?
Exactly. It's suspect. And I even came across this theory when it comes to him and Beyonce. Jay-Z likes him young.
Yes,
Maybe
Aaliyah.
he's trying to trade B in for a younger model.
Like, this is what I'm saying. Like Beyonce was like 19 and Jay-Z was like it was actually like 30 when they started dating. Like,
He was
but
he was definitely her senior.
and we all knew that Jay-Z wanted Aaliyah as well.
Yep. And that's another pattern I noticed about him. When he's rejected, there's really, really bad consequences. And Aaliyah rejected him.
Yeah, she
Remember?
did. She chose Damon Dash. And if you watch Maya, like her interview with Maya, because I love Maya,
Oh, Maya, I love her too.
Maya was talking about how much like sexual harassment that she faced, and she always said that like Jay-Z was really rude to her because she wouldn't like put up with like guys trying to like play with her. Like she had to get her dad involved because literally all they're trying to do is put her hands on her, and Jay-Z wasn't really nice.
He was not. I'll tell you another situation where he was rejected and he didn't act nice. And see, what a lot of people need to know is a lot of the beef in hip hop is over women. So that beef between him and Nas was over Carmen, Nas's baby mother. Carmen was in the process of breaking up with Nas, and then she ended up, hey Bree, she ended up talking to Jay-Z. And then there was a little overlapsation where she was going back and forth between the two. And Carmen's the one that fed Nas a lot of the information for Sheetha. Yes, yes. But she too rejected Jay-Z. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And that's why that whole beef came about between him and Nas. It was over a girl. Just
God.
like Aaliyah and,
Aaliyah,
and,
Dame
and Dame
Dash.
Dash. It was all over a girl. But one thing about Carmen, she revealed during her interview on Vlad magazine, she revealed how insecure Jay-Z is and how jealous and controlling he is.
Oh my gosh, Nossi, did you hear the story about Deja, what's it called, Baby Boy with Sean Paul? Did you hear the story?
Hold on, let me just. Oops. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Oh, yes, we're back finally. The story about who?
Did you hear the story about Beyonce and Baby Paul with Sean Paul and how apparently Jay-Z used to get crazy jealous when it came to that song?
Absolutely. Sean Paul talks about it openly. How jealous he is. I don't know. Like, I guess he didn't get enough attention when he was growing up. And that caused him some insecurities. But yeah, Jay-Z, when his insecurities or when he's rejected, that's when he tends to pounce to me.
Oh my gosh, that actually reminds me of Drake, and I don't know why.
Ah,
But yeah, no, and if you've read Confessions of a Video Vixen, it's such a good book. But
yes, I've read it.
when Jay-Z comes up in that verse, I was like, Jay-Z is the problem. I know nobody
She
wants to
chose
talk
her.
about this.
I can tell you this. She chose her words very carefully when she was telling that story.
Exactly. Like, guys, if you listen to all of these stories, when you notice the little tidbits here and there about Jay-Z, this man is not correct. There is a lot of shady stuff about Jay-Z. And the thing is, if the time ever comes, me and Naughty will be saying, we told y'all, there was proof right here that me and Naughty were onto it.
Exactly.
And we'll say, we told you. There is
We
something not right about that man.
It's something not right, and yeah. He was cuter when he was younger. As he got older, it was like, ooh, he was giving me Bill Cosby vibes.
Oh, God.
So before we had technical difficulties, we were going over Meek Mill saying that his son his son is confused because of all the gay rumors. And it's just like, Meek, we was trying to forget all about it, but you want to rehash this, sir. All right, let's get into it. So, 50 Cent had to troll him. He said, God damn it. People don't think you are gay, Meek Mills. They think you on them tapes. Old boy was filming every room, even the toilet. Ha! And that's what I think it is. I think Diddy drugged him, because that scene when he was in the pool holding his head, it just looked to me like he was trying to figure out what happened the night before. Okay. He was trying to jog that memory, and he was trying to figure out why that virgin hole was so sore. Okay, so that's why he was soaking in the pool the next day. That's why he was soaking in the pool. Okay, like, I'm gonna bring it up. I have to at this point. I have to. So, but me, we was trying to forget about it. If you would have let us forget about it, we wouldn't have said nothing else. Okay, even though your homeboy recorded audio, we don't know if it's you and Diddy officially, but he did come out and say, because see, that audio to me, that could be, you could have recorded a porn tape.
Well, the feds probably have it now.
That's what I'm interested. Who all gonna be on those tapes, Naughty Crew? Do you think the feds will let some of it leak for us nosy content creators?
Man,
Well,
you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
If we being honest, the probability of Meek Mill walking away from these allegations is astronomical. Like, they done included my boy in the.
All right, that pool scene was everything for me. He looked.
I've never seen a grown heterosexual man actually refer to other men as daddy.
Okay, and what about this, Meek? Cheek Mills, the Diddy Diddler. Why are you hopping like this? It's given. There was a price to pay for them to bail you out, Meek. That's what it's given. All right, let's not forget y'all was twinning. Y'all was twinning. That was just the cover. They was twinning. So, me, we would have forgot all about this if you would have just let it be.
That work.
What do you mean put in that work, Diddy?
I also need to remember, Nicki Minaj also said that a lot of guys in the industry are also on the down low
Man, you
as well.
doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah. Hey, what's up, King? Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you.
I don't know. It's weird. But you know what? I don't feel bad for these celebrities, because it's been out here how did he get down, and y'all chose to chill with him anyway. It's no secret how the Diddler gets down.
The thing is, I think majority, honestly, I'll be honest, I think a majority of these guys in the music industry are bisexual. I genuinely believe wholeheartedly that a lot of these guys are bisexual. Because there was that time that I think that Tiger was caught talking to like a person who was like trans and like wanted to like hook up with them and stuff, and then he got outed. I think a lot of these guys are like bi. This is why P Valley's so great, guys. P Valley be telling the truth about a lot of you guys.
I know. And my cousin Miasha, Secret Society, shout out Miasha. Okay, it's 3 parts and it's a movie. She talks about the tranny life and how a lot of straight guys like trannies because they can walk around in public and perpetrate like they would a woman. So yes, you're right. I believe there's a lot. It's a lot of bisexuality going on in the industry. A lot more people are butt buddies than you think. Ioka, Nicki Minaj wishing I think it was Steve Petty's birthday.
These comments are disturbing me. Okay. These comments really upset me.
For this one?
I don't want to see Kenny. I just don't want to see his face. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see Kenny.
We just want to pretend like he not charged, convicted, and on Megan's Law's list, right?
That's exactly like.
We just want to act like that don't exist, right?
Like, should he even be allowed to attend a basketball game? Like, I don't know. Some kids go there. Is he allowed to be those other kids? I don't.
Carol says that picture in the pool was suspect as hell. And I get being cool with your homeboy, but this above being cool. Okay, I don't know no grown man who is straight that allows another grown man to call him daddy. I mean, it's just something suspect about that.
Oh, Naughty, did you see the clip of Diddy on that podcast and then him just saying daddy and then the other guys look so uncomfortable?
Drink Champ. Yeah.
Yes.
That was with Fabulous. And he like, yeah, daddy, we need to hang out, dad. Like, it's weird. And I think what happened is when Diddy be drunk, his gayness comes out more.
Listen, a drunk man's words is a sober man's thoughts.
Exactly. Woo! Hey, AT2. The last story I want to get into, an update on Gypsy Rose, because I've been following this story. She announced that she was separating from her husband. What's his name? Brian or something like that, which I thought it was always weird how, like, she came out of prison married. Like, girl, figure out your life. Figure out who you are. Well, shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. It looks like Gypsy Rose Blanchard has filed for divorce to Ryan Anderson nearly 2 years after marriage, which I'm not surprised. She's hanging around with her ex because that's who she really loved. But on the docuseries on Lifetime, they almost didn't get married. Gypsy Rose still had feelings for her ex. Now Ryan is trying to spin a story like he didn't know she still had feelings from her ex when it was on a Lifetime documentary. It's giving clout chaser.
Wait, was that the ex that killed the mom?
No, he locked up for life.
Oh, okay, so it's another ex.
Okay, and Gypsy Rose is also cites DV and split from husband Ryan. All right, this is her with her ex. She was engaged to him first. She said Gypsy Rose Blanchard links back up with ex-fiance Ken Urker and unveiled their matching tattoos amid her separation from her husband Ryan. Let me tell you something. Gypsy is manipulative. Gypsy is a liar. And Gypsy is an attention-seeking whore. I said it.
But y'all just remember, like, Gypsy Rose also did get another guy to kill her mom. Like, why did he...
She created the roadmap, and the only people that held her accountable was Dr. Phil. He was like, you allowed your mother to get unalive. It was your fault too. He's like, because you could have easily left. And let's not forget the young man that's locked up for life. He tried to talk her out of it.
I just think that's crazy how that guy's going to spend the rest of his life in prison and now Gypsy Rose is just enjoying her life as a social media star.
Yeah, it's a lot of YouTube channels out there advocating for him, especially on behalf of his mental illness and things like that. He wouldn't have ever done it if it wasn't for her.
Yeah, but I can't lie, he still shouldn't have done it as well. Like, you are a grown man, you still shouldn't have done it anyway.
But this is a testament of how she operates. Okay? She's a user. And she learned from the best, her mom. And so although it's unfortunate what she went through with dealing with her mom's mental illness, I think it's going to take a long time for this young lady to heal. I think she needs at least 5 years single and intensive therapy and stop trying to latch on. She's a hopeless romantic. she still believes in fairy tales.
I
And
think she's looking. I agree. I think she's looking for someone else to be codependent on. She used to be codependent on her mom. She's probably one of those like anxious attachment people. You know, people who like anxiously attached people. She's definitely one of those ones. She's looking for someone else to attach herself to, which is why she's clinging on to a relationship.
And I think she needs to really do some deep therapy with her father, because I think it's a lot of daddy issues, not on purpose. Her father was definitely alienated by her mother because she was upset that he had moved on and got married. All right. So she held Gypsy away from him a lot. But in the other aspect, I think her father needs to be held accountable because he was just sending money and taking Gypsy's mom's word for things. Like, but at what point do you go and check on your child and find out what's going on? You know?
Especially if your child is that sick that the mom is claiming to be. Why are you not checking up on her more? That's just crazy to me.
Why are you not going to the doctors? It gave me, he didn't want to really be bothered with being a parent.
Just wanted to send those checks and then do nothing else.
I'll give him that. But it takes more than a check to raise a child. You have to look out for their well-being, whether you're together with the partner or not.
I just, Gypsy to me, I mean, I'm going to be quite honest. Like, I'm empathetic towards what she went through with her mom, but I just don't like her. I know that sounds really insensitive. Like, I am crazy empathetic. Like, she went through a lot. I saw the Hulu series, right? And it was really, really good. Mm-hmm. But I'm empathetic because the mom was not mentally well. But I don't know, the whole social media stuff, I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah, I don't like the social media phenomenon, but she has since deactivated her account. She has gone and gotten a nose job.
Has she?
Yes. So she made enough money from that little tour with her husband to get a nose job.
Didn't she say she has
keep my eye on her, Gina? You want to know why? Because I think we want to see some changes. We want to see the real Gypsy come out.
Like, didn't she say that she doesn't want a job? She wants to be like a famous like social media star now or something. She's like, okay.
She said see, social media was she thought it was just going to be great, but social media turns on you.
The thing is, she can be an advocate for abuse. The thing is, you can be an advocate.
You see what Michelle said? She's filming right now with Love After Lockup, I heard. Y'all gonna make me watch that show.
Oh, Gypsy's actually... I'm sorry. Do you know what? Gypsy's actually kind of... I'm sorry. She's actually kind of funny. Like, this stuff is not real. Like, what is this?
I don't know, but I wish she stopped being codependent and feeling like her value and her worth is in a man, and figure out her worth on her own, and figure out. She's claiming her and the ex are just friends, but you don't matching tattoos. That's weird. Thank you, Great 2. Yes, please hit that like button. It's weird. It's given that she's moved on already. And the only reason why they're using the friend title is because she's not divorced yet.
I agree.
But she's a horny toad, okay? I watched a lot of videos of people that she was celly with, and they said as soon as she got in there, she was gay for the stay, honey. She was gay for the stay. She was humping on everything moving. And I just think she feels like her value is between her legs and her cootie cat.
Can't lie though. I'm probably gonna watch Love After Lockdown. I can't lie. Juicy Rose is entertaining though. Like, it's like it's something that you just have to watch.
Exactly. Well, I'll keep my eye on Gypsy Rose, but right now the latest update is she already placed Ryan. I called this on this channel 90 Crew. I knew their relationship wasn't going to work. She not even attracted to him.
I mean, she was defending him when people were roasting him about his looks.
That's what she is used to performing. Remember, she used to have to perform when they would win all these trips and stuff like that. Her and her mother, and she would get up there and sing. The chick is an actress.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Small Gang. she's an actress. She's very manipulative. And I'm interested to see how this story is going to end up. That's why I'm following it. And look, this doesn't take away from everything that she went through. I feel bad. She never loved Ryan. She never loved him. So yeah, we got into celebrating Nas's 30th anniversary of Illmatic. The Rough Riders went to celebrate DMX third year of not being with us. They all visited the grave site in Rough Rider style on their bikes. Okay. Okay, we got some comments coming through. Thank you, Grape Tig. The fact that she's famous for unaliving her mother is insane. She should be in prison like the other dude. Okay.
It was the Hulu series.
And that wasn't her first time trying to take her mother out. It was one incident without the guy that's locked up. And her mom was abusing her and she picked up a blicky, but the bullets were rubber.
But also need to remember, man, Gypsy's a victim of psychological and emotional abuse.
She definitely is, but she needs to get help for it. Like, yes. Deshaun says all she knows is to perform for a crowd. Yeah, one is slogan. Exactly. But it's something sinister and manipulative about her. She knew that young man had mental disabilities and things like that. She manipulated him.
I do think that the other guy should be out of prison, though. I mean, I know he murdered the mom, and it was quite bad the way he did it, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I sound crazy. I just feel like maybe he should serve maybe like 5 to 6 years. I do think he should actually or be able to go on parole.
Or a mental institute where his family can visit him, you know.
Yes, I mean, it's so bad because, again, you took a person's life, but it's just like, for me, it's the way it happened. It was the way the story played out.
And he tried to change her mind. Like, why don't we just run away? And she was adamant. Like, no, this has to happen. This is my only way out.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, I think maybe a mental institution would be better.
A good point. Great T said if Gypsy was black, she would still be under the prison. She gives witch. And her mom did practice voodoo. They're from NOLA. They're from New Orleans.
Oh, that is no lie. Honestly, Gypsy would never get as much public sympathy if she was black.
She wouldn't have got the same sympathy. I believe that.
Let me say something. One, the black community, you lot would down her as well as nobody would feel bad for her.
Exactly.
Let me say something. White women be white women sometimes. And obviously, again, no, Gypsy went through some stuff too, but the power of being a white woman, and when white women's tears come on, that just becomes a whole thing in itself. Not saying that Gypsy Rose doesn't deserve sympathy, because she does, but she's also a white woman.
Exactly. I'm going to go ahead and close the show. Gina, thank you for helping me out today through my technical issues. I appreciate you. What are your closing thoughts? And you can sound off on anything about the City Girl beef. I really feel like the beef was inauthentic. I feel like they're not as close as they used to be, JT and Carisha. But they both have these projects out here that they're pushing, and they're trying to avoid flops because they already had a flop of an album. Their last album.
I don't know. I feel like I've said what I needed to say. I just think the whole thing is sad. It's just, when you get in the industry, people change and you grow apart. And I think sometimes that's just a part of life. And yeah.
Exactly. And I think by JT going to prison, it really put like some distance in between them. And Carisha kind of latched on to keep the brand going for them. And for her, and that's how her and Saucy became close. But shout out to the old school hip hop heads, Nas, DMX, The Locks, Rough Riders. Okay, when hip hop was really, really, really the bomb. Okay. They're just testament that you don't have to sell your soul to make it in this industry. They came together, they created their own businesses, their own legacies in their own lane, so that they wouldn't have to sell out that virgin whole, in the words of Cat Williams. Diddy and Jay-Z, that's what changed the music industry. I think the music industry as we know it is changing, it's evolving. Well, Gina, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day.
You too. And yes, music is trash now.
It is, especially when you got Kenneth Petty. Nicki Minaj just came off the best tour of her life. I was just reading, like, she sold out so many shows, and then it's just like you trying to flaunt this Megan Loss person in our face. I don't know. But yeah, you have a blessed day, girl.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right, y'all. Please make sure y'all thumbs up this video. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but we got back on track. All right, so thumbs up this video. And let's leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think about the City Girl beef. I think it's all clout chasey. I think it's all set up and all to push their projects. That's what I believe, okay? Let me know what y'all think about Meek Mill rehashing the gay rumors. We ain't asked you, Meek, but since you want to talk about it, you want to start trending again, brother. All right. And congratulations to Nas on 30 years for the Illmatic album. Rest in heaven, DMX. Appreciate you all joining me. Hold on, let me see what y'all saying before we get out of here. Yes, World Gang, have a blessed day. I appreciate you joining me. Yes, Michelle, please hit that like button. Music being trash now is proven by 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj having the biggest tours. All old music. Yep. Definitely a promo stunt. That's what I believe it is. Yep. Same with Gorilla and JT. This is how they play in our face. So y'all music not good enough for it to speak on its own. So you cause all these Twitter wars so that people can pay attention to you. All right. Well, it gives us content creators something to talk about. Is this content for us? So, yeah, you put it out there. We're going to talk about it. All right. As you move through your day, please make sure you stand on business.
Ever in life, I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me.
Stand on business, 10 toes down, and don't get.
You ever been swallowed up, swallowed up?
Don't get swallowed up by the evils of this world. I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. Anybody got beef? Ain't nobody scared over here. Pull up.
You don't want no problems. You just talk like you do. Let me show you that you don't want no problems.
What's up? Ain't nobody scared over here. What's up? Ain't nobody scared. All right. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. 1.